Welcome to the art street. Welcome to the channel. Today we are going to show you a different type of setup of the neighborhoods here in Taiwan. This district is very affordable and you might see different types of houses. Some might look a little bit old, but some might look new. If it looks old from outside, it might still be good inside. And we just want to show you how these houses look like from outside and also show you what you can find around this area. Let's go and have a look.
As we just arrived in this place, we met a very friendly local who brought us to this place. And he mentioned a number of things about this place, but he didn't want to be on the camera. So he brought us to this place. He said this was a very famous place for like dating. For those, like if you go to the university for the first time, many people used to come to this place and they used to meet their lovers or stuff like that. Just new students, I guess, used to come. It was a club or something he mentioned, but it's closed. We cannot go in. I wish it was open so that we can take you guys inside. But he also mentioned a number of places, so we just want to walk around and explore.
There are also many unique looking houses like this one. It looks like it's a little bit abandoned and looks like it was maybe a coffee shop or a restaurant.
Yeah, actually it looks like abandoned.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a house, just looks like they had some business in here. This area is located about 3 kilometers away from the very rich and nice area which is called Situn district. And if you drive a car or you take a bus, it just takes about 10 minutes to get to this place. And I feel like this place could be nice to live in if you have a scooter or you ride a motorcycle, because as you can see, many people are riding motorcycles to come here, so you don't need to take a public transport because it might take a while to go to get to the bus station. Also, one of the good things is that in this area you can find quite a big place for maybe about 20,000 NT, but if you go to a little bit rich area like Situn, you might find only a studio for 20,000.
Guys, we have a tip for you. Recently we discovered something. In Taiwan, you can rent a house which is furnished or not furnished. But we realized that even if you find a house which is not furnished, there's an alternative. There are many second-hand stores around in the city. The people who live here, they know, the locals know about this. So we got to discover these places and we figured out that if you rent a house which is not furnished, it's cheaper. If you're planning to stay for a long period of time, you can rent a house that doesn't have furniture, then go to the second-hand stores. You can basically find what they call second-hand. That'll basically look new and you can just furnish the house at a cheaper price. So you're renting a house maybe for 18K, but it's a very big house and you just buy second-hand furniture.
There is also an area which looks like a central area of the art street where they have some performances and activities. They sell some handmade stuff there, or they have a flea market in this area. We've heard that this place was one of the famous places, but now it's not as famous as it used to be.
30 years ago, right?
Yeah. Now they still have some famous restaurants or a lot of shops, random stores that look very nice, and they also sell some handmade crafts here, or we also saw ancient looking store. They sell things that have been here for how long? 100 years old?
Yeah, over 100 years old.
Yeah.
There's a store that we found that they sell old stuff. There's also a restaurant. It's one of the first places where they did bubble tea.
It's one of the branches.
It's one of the branches.
And many people come here to visit this restaurant. We just came to this restaurant Thailand, and we love coming here because of the bubble tea. And it was made here in this store, not exactly in this branch, but the bubble tea here tastes original and the taste is very nice. So that's why we like coming here. Ken actually likes coming here for beef noodles.
Yeah, I love the beef noodles here. They taste rich and the beef really tastes very nice. The broth also is very yummy. I also love the bubble tea here. And especially the fact that they said it was first made here. It makes it special. Everybody wants to be in that place where they say this was done here the first time, to be part of the history. And after this, we will try to go up and see. Also, there are many supermarkets around here. So this community actually is very convenient. There are a number of famous supermarkets like PX Mart, and also they have Carrefour, right?
Yeah, it's very easy to do groceries here.
Yeah.
Did you find it challenging to find an apartment here in Taiwan?
Challenging?
Yeah.
Because there are many agents, I think. See, like there, up there. They've put Zufang there.
Yeah.
So if you want to rent a house in Taiwan, actually it's not so complicated because agents are everywhere. And just give them a phone call. They are helpful. And they don't force you, of course. If you like the house, they'll show you how you can. They'll help you to rent it and to sign the lease and everything.
Yeah, usually we just call to the numbers and try to find a house.
So it's not difficult, right?
And sometimes you might just call directly to the landlord, which could be cheaper than going to the real estate agents.
We found it cheaper if you rent from direct the landlord because they don't ask for agency fee. But if you rent from an agent, they'll want you to pay agency fee, which is about half of the rent you're paying.
Sometimes you can also search for the houses on Facebook, but what I found is that if you go on Facebook or there's a site 591, and you might see some beautiful looking houses for cheap prices, but they might not be real. So I feel like sometimes they post some fake pictures just to attract.
They're not really fake pictures. They are houses which exist, but they are definitely rented out. So it's a house which was there, which was very beautiful. So they use it as an advertisement.
Oh, yeah, probably they do so. About 30 years ago, this street was very famous. This neighborhood was considered as one of the richest neighborhoods, and many rich people used to live on the other side.
We found some nice houses here. I would love to live in one of these. They have garages.
Yeah, it's very important to have a garage because the parking
is expensive. We hear parking is expensive in Taiwan, and if you have a house like this, I feel like it's convenient. And these, they really look beautiful, right?
Yeah, and they have many floors.
Why do they look like they're empty?
Maybe they're going to rent them out. I hear a lot of rich people own houses here, so maybe they move somewhere else and then they just rent out their houses.
Do you know what I'm thinking? It's maybe empty, like this one, right? There are so many malls, like you see mall.
Yeah.
It's like they've not opened it
for a long time.
For a long time, yeah.
I like these traditional kind of looking houses.
I wouldn't mind living here if the rent was affordable.
I think the prices for these houses might vary, maybe 20 to 30,000 NT would go, well, because definitely these houses have 2 or 3 bedrooms and probably a big kitchen. Also, guys, if you are going to rent an apartment and you're planning to have a kitchen, don't expect to have a kitchen if you find something for less than 15,000. You might just find a little tiny space to buy a gas stove, but it's not so convenient to cook. And if you want to have a nice kitchen, then the prices would be higher than 15K. I also like that many Taiwanese people take off their shoes before they enter their houses. In some places you might see a lot of shoes outside, and they do it because of the hygiene. and maybe because of the influence of Japanese culture, they take off because you might bring a lot of germs into the house. Most of the neighborhoods in Taiwan are generally safe, and it's also an adventure for us to explore the neighborhoods, and it's filled with local culture, and also you can meet a lot of friendly people here. We hope that you guys enjoyed watching this vlog. As usual, join the fun,
Subscribe.
and come back for more. Bye!
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy, careful